Hello, all, my name is Pawan Kumar and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we are going to learn the MySQL. We are going to learn the MySQL from scratch, starting from how to check the databases and how to use the database, how to create the table in the database, starting from scratch, starting from basic to advanced. Okay, so let's get started. So we all know that SQL is one of the most powerful skill and one of the most important skill whenever you are looking to transition, whenever you want to enter into the data science or data analytics domain. Okay, so SQL is a must even if you have a knowledge on Python, machine learning, deep learning, even if you have knowledge on Gen AI, but still MySQL is a powerful skill where most of the companies and majority of the companies will ask the knowledge on MySQL. Okay, so now let's try to learn the MySQL. Let's try to learn from scratch. Okay, so first what we'll do is like first we'll try to check what are the databases are present. Okay, so let's see like how to check the databases. Show databases. Okay, so whenever you type any query, so never forget to end the query with the semicolon, because this is very much important to enter the semicolon, because if you forget to enter the semicolon, there is a chance that you will be getting error. There is not, it's not like there is a chance, definitely you will be getting error. Okay, so if you want to execute this particular query, means you can just press Control Enter on your keyboard. Okay, so now you can see what are the databases are present. So here you can see information schema, MySQL, performance schema, Sakila, Syst, SYS, Vault, and all. Okay, so this is the databases which is present in this particular system. Okay, so now let's try to use any database. So for example, I will just try to use uh, the database Sakila, use database Sakila. Okay, just try to use it. So let's try to execute this particular query by selecting this and press Control Enter. Okay, so now we are using this particular database. So whenever you create any database, never forget to use this particular query use database, because if you forget to use this particular query use database, you cannot create the table, and the database will get confused like where you want to create the table, in which database you want to create the table. Okay, so now let's try to see what are the tables are present in this particular database. Show tables. So now let's try to see what are the tables are present in this particular database Sakil. So we'll just select this and I press Control Enter. So here you can see the tables which is present in this database Sakil. Okay, so these are the tables. Okay, so now what we'll do is like we'll just select any one of the table and we'll see like what are the data is present in this particular table. Okay, so here we'll select city. Okay, select star from city. Okay, so now let's try to see what are the data is present in that particular table. Select star from city, Control Enter. So now here you can see the list of all the data present in that particular table. Okay, so this is just a basic, like we are just seeing like how to check what are the databases are present. Once we see, if we want to use any database, select the particular name of the database, and in that database what are the tables are present, and in that particular table select any one of the column, like, and you can see what is the data present in that particular table. Okay, so we have seen like how to check the database. So now let's try to create how now let's try to see like how we can create the database. Okay, so for that what you can do is like create database. So here you can just give any name. So I will just try to give the name as school, create database school. Okay, so select this particular query and just press Ctrl Enter. Okay, so here you can see create database table, one row is affected and it is successfully executed. Okay, so once we create the database, now it's time to use that particular database. Okay, so now we'll try to use school, and we'll try to select and we'll try to execute it. Okay, so we have created the database and we have used that particular database, and now let's try to create the table. Create table student underscore details. Okay, so in that particular table there will be so many different columns and different rows. So now let's try to mention the column names, like for example student underscore id, that will be an integer, and student underscore name, that will be a varchar. So now I will try to mention the size of that particular varchar. Student id, student name, and student class. Okay, so that will be an integer again, because like whether he is studying the first class, second class, or 10th class, that we don't know. Okay, so now let's try to execute this particular query. Create table student details. Okay, so here you can see that particular table has been created. So now let's try to see like whether that particular table has been created or not. Show tables. Okay, so now let's try to execute this. So here you can see the student details has been already created. Okay, so now it's time to enter the details in that particular table. So we have created the database, we have created the table in that particular database. In that table there will be different